What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Mystic Watch. And today, we got a brand new video going over one of the biggest updates to Grand Cross, the 1.5 anniversary ESCANOR the One. Okay? This is a big boy update. And we're going to be going over the full patch notes. So I was asleep for the live stream, but it's fine. I just, quickly scrolled through. I can link the live stream down below, but I was watching it over here, just watching the other stuff with ESCANOR and him hitting buttons and things like that. Good job. Okay. But I can link the live stream down below if you guys want to check it out yourself. But we're getting a lot of new stuff this update. This is coming out on JP in 2 days on Thursday. So let's start off with ESCANOR. What is ESCANOR the One about? So he rounds out the trio of ESCANORs, being the first blue ESCANOR. He is going to be a different character, so he's not going to be, the same ESCANOR as the other ones. So you will need a new set of outfits for him in order to make him, up to par again with the other ones. But starting off with his unique ability, this hero gains a buff which increases all stats by 6% at the start of an ally turn. When there are 3 stacks of this effect, remove buffs and become immune to debuffs for 1 turn. After that, remove a stack until only 1 stack is left, then stacks the buff by 1 accordingly again. So the way this works is ESCANOR on his first turn will have 1 stack, which increases all stats by 6%, not just basic stats, all stats, including the substats, which is very, very massive, because having even 18%, right? If he has all 3 stacks, having 18% lifesteal is a massive, massive amount to have, right? Lifesteal is something that people rarely remember, and it's definitely going to impact ESCANOR in PvP. So the way this works is he starts off at 1 stack and he goes up to 3 stacks. Once he's at 3, he becomes immune to debuffs. So he's at 3 for a full turn. Then the next time it comes back to him, he'll drop down to 2, then he'll drop down to 1, then he'll go back up to 2, then 3. So he's constantly going between 1 and 3 stacks. He'll never have below 1 and he'll never have above 3. But while he's at 3, that's going to be considered, ESCANOR the One at his peak noon, if you want to refer to it that way, and he will be immune to debuffs for that duration. He has 2 moves. One is a move we already have, which is just the highest single target damage dealing move in the game, which is just pure damage, right? It has no additional effect. It's inflict damage equal to 600% of attack on one enemy. It's the same move that the original green Meliodas has. So it goes 240%, there's a number in between, then 600. Now Super Slash, you got a new type of damage, influx damage. It does 500% base, then deals 0.8% additional damage per 1% remaining HP. So if he's at full health, he's doing an additional 80%. Now, the way this is worded, I actually thought this was weaker originally, because I'm an additional, so he's only doing 580% instead of 600, but it's not that. It is essentially 500% damage multiplied, it's an additional multiplier on the damage. It's not just adding 80% more damage, it is taking that damage and increasing it by 80%. So very big difference. And if you do watch the live stream, maybe I can find where they use the move. Maybe. Where do they move? Where is the move? Oh, that's the banner with the new Arthur. Oh, that's too much effort. Okay, that's fine. But pretty much, as long as ESCANOR is relatively healthy, which is where the lifesteal comes into play, he does so much damage with this move. It is insane. It is absolutely insane how much damage he does. So going down, we get his ultimate, which is a completely new type of ultimate as well. Divine Sword ESCANOR. Inflicts damage equal to, and we can actually take a look at this first.
ESCANOR.
Ooh, I like that. Man, that is nice. Okay, so we see the insane ultimate. I love the voice so much. But the ultimate is 720% attack, single target, goes up to 1080%. So it's a very, very strong ultimate. It's a little bit weaker than the old ESCANOR's max level ultimate, but it has a second effect. It deals an additional death damage. Death inflicts 20% of the final damage as additional damage. And because he's a festival unit, he has a second multiplier that increases with his ult. And it goes up to 100%. So how does this work? This works by, let's say ESCANOR single target persons kills them. He'll do that same damage to a different unit randomly. So he's most likely killing 2 people with his single target ultimate ability. The other thing is, this is essentially a Goddess Elizabeth counter. If you have this ultimate and Goddess Elizabeth is on the enemy team, it will kill the unit once, then kill the unit again. So you can get through that Goddess Elizabeth passive. And this works that's just how it works, right? If you don't kill the enemy the first time, that damage gets inflicted on that same person again. Really, really, really cool ult. Like I said, I'll link the stream below. I couldn't find it. It's somewhere devoured and, you know, scattered around in here with all the info. Now here is the Arthur that comes out with ESCANOR, and from what I saw, I think this is the same Arthur. I don't know if this is a different Arthur or not. No, it is the same Arthur. It's the same exact ultimate. So this is the Arthur we already have. He has some pretty cool drip, so shout out to Arthur. We already have a blue SSR and a red SSR, so this is the green one. Now he is not a PvP unit, so unlike Hendrickson, who came out with Festival King, that was a very good support unit for King, Arthur is kind of just there to exist. He's not really doing anything special. Unique is increased allies damage dealt by 35% and decreases allies damage taken by 35% if all allies are alive. Applies when entering battle, excludes PvP and deathmatch, so it's really only going to be used for story mode and Tower of Trials. So he's not bad, he's just limited in the modes he can be used in. Pretty much something to consider. It is a very, very powerful unique, and I'm sure there's going to be content in the future where his passive will apply to. Typhoon Slash removes buffs from one enemy, inflicts damage equal to 360% of attack, disables buff and debuffs for 2 turns. It's an okay move. Inflicts damage equal to 375% attack AoE, doesn't do anything else. Once again, an okay move. Legendary Knight, we already know this one. Same move as before. New Chapter 16 added. 1.5 year Pride Festival event. We get a new demon, we get a whole bunch of boxes. These are the cosmetics. Here's the stuff. We get, look at these. Look at these. Look at these. Wide, big boy ESCANORs. There's a frying pan. Oh my god, I cannot wait to get that skin. Okay. Then we've seen this image a billion times before. Going down, Hawk Pass. These are the free stuff. These are the paid stuff. Always get the Hawk Pass if you can. There's always too many things in here worth just the UR gems, the Super Awakening coins, the hammers. It's always good value. Now, scrolling. Here is the cool part. We get a copy of Arthur for free, and there seems to be on this train of giving us units at level 80 UR already. And this is pretty big. If you guys haven't already, like my box is already fully awakened level 80 UR. So I have stuff lying around, so it's not that big of a deal. But you know how difficult it is? Every time they release a new unit, sometimes 2 new units at once, that you're going to have to spend to get a unit to 80 is 15 SSR pendants. And to do it with two individual units is 30 SSR pendants. So it is absolutely massive that they're giving us these units at UR level 80. The amount of materials that we use, the EXP potions, the awakening materials to get them to 6 stars adds up a lot. And if you already have a unit and you unlock them at level 80, it gets upgraded all the way. So if you are a new player and you want to hop on JP, this is also a pretty good thing that they're doing. It lets you get all these units for free relatively easily at level 80. On top of the fact that we already have that insane banner that's giving out max UR characters. Going down, Solgris Reward Dungeon Plus. They are changing the way. I'm gonna go over this in a separate part, just because it's explained more down there. Now, equipment enhancing event. We get a login event. Oh, this is pretty cool. During the event, the amount of power-up stone and gold required to power up equipment will be reduced by 50%, meaning amazing time to make gear. Going down, we get a new boss that has some rewards. You get these little broken helmet things. You also have completion rewards, and on top of that, there's an exchange event where you can get, for example, an ESCANOR outfit, right? And these are all the things that you can exchange for your materials. Biggest things, of course, as usual, should be your UR gems and your hammers. Everything else should be taking precedence after that, of course, with the ESCANOR thing. Get your these 3 on the right, your hammers, anvils, and UR gems take priority over everything else. Going down is just more stuff, event stuff. Nothing too crazy, just things you can get. Always good. Scrolling down. These are the BOGO stuff. We're pretty used to now getting the 65 tickets for the highest pack. Always some good bundles. Now, this is pretty cool. New step up pack that gives you a selector ticket with these UR tickets that Step 1 and Step 2 have a completely separate set of characters in. So, Step 1, we get some Elizabeth. I'm not going to go through all of them, but none of these stick out. These are just like, okay, like this is original king, right? These are the original coin shop units. We got a Lilia, Valenti, Roxy, Shin. I'm probably going to end up going for the Shin. This is the original ESCANOR. Yeah, I'm most likely going to get a copy of Shin just because I don't have him 6'6". I have him like 4'6". But they are UR level 80. Now, I care more about Step 2. Step 2, you get all the commandments here. I wouldn't say all the commandments. Most of the commandments, like there's no Glocks in here, which is no Glocks, no Fraudrin. Well, there is one Fraudrin. There isn't both Fraudrins. But they did include all the good units. The fact that Zeldris in here, Droll, you get both Drolls in here. I just want to make sure which one is which. Is Zeldris? Zeldris. This is the right one? Elite Demon. Yes, okay, good. So Elite Demon are the coin shop ones. You have both Drolls, which I'm definitely going to be using mine on Droll. My Zeldris is already maxed out. Maybe I go for Fraudrin, just because I only have a 4'6" Fraudrin. This would bring him 5'6". He is very useful. But this second step up is really, really good. And on the third one, you just get a level 80 UR LV melee. You can literally just buy an LV melee. Going down, skip ticket packs. 300 skip tickets for 30 bucks. I'm not buying that. I usually have like 1,000 skip tickets. It literally means nothing to me. Here's the banners related stuff. Going down. Okay, here are the rates for the 2 new units. Now, I'm actually not a fan of this because King and Hendrickson were at a 0.5% rate. I'm pretty sure. So the fact that these guys were nerfed down to 0.25 is really sad. It is still an amazing banner, right? You still have 5 units that are... Well, I'm not going to count Arthur. Arthur is okay. You still have 4 festival units on this banner. so the chances of pulling a festival unit is still pretty high. The chances of pulling ESCANOR, not so high. Going down, we do have... Oh, wow, they're including the coin shop units on here. We're getting coin shop, Zelchus, Droll, and Estarossa. Mad Destroyer, Queen of Explosion. Which is that? Let me do some quick scout. Let me do some scout. Roxy. Please tell me that it's the... Oh man, you're really not gonna give me the good one? You get Mono, Camilla, Gamer Shin, Demon Hendrickson. I love how Demon Hendrickson is in. At least give me like... Just put Fraudulent in this banner too. Why? Like why is he... Whatever. Not a fan of this, that you cannot pick Festival King as one of the options. It's just Escanor or Elizabeth. You can't even pick LV Melly. I don't like that. The other thing is 3 of the 4 festival units are blue, which is pretty funny. Going down, we get new food items. Special recipes. I don't know if these are going to be limited or not, but let's see what they do. Damage dealt by 40%, damage received by minus 40%, immune to old gauge reduction effects. Seems like these food items are pretty good. Now, they don't mention anything about this being limited or not. Something to consider. Going down, King Exchange. We've forgotten these a billion times. Yeah. Going down, new story, battle event. Don't care, don't care, don't care. Now, this is the stuff that I want to mention from that I skipped earlier. The SP dungeon changes and the Knighthood boss. We had this in on dev notes, and they're out pretty much right away. Fort Solgris system changes. Event dungeon is now unified under one dungeon. You can obtain pendants and EXP potions from this dungeon. The second part is new time-limited dungeon added. Opening the dungeon will allow you to play in it for 1 hour without limits. You can obtain anvils in this dungeon. A farmable mission that you can obtain anvils in. So they're going to change from the left to the right. That's pretty much what they're showing. And over here, this one in the middle is the time-limited one. So you open it up whenever you have free time and just farm it for an hour. Let your phone run for an hour. And do it all the time. And they mentioned anvils, but the big thing is they have Super Awakening coins in here. Absolutely amazing. There will be 1 to 5 stages. Difficulties are adjusted for AP consumption. Gold dungeon system changes. Removing the gold dungeon keys, AP will be used to enter the dungeon. Existing keys will be converted to attribute dungeon keys at a ratio. Okay. Knighthood boss battle. If you guys didn't read the dev notes, what this pretty much is saying that you don't have to be part of a guild or knighthood to do the boss battle. You will need to spend AP to play in it, and awakened equipment can be obtained. Hero EXP and rank XP and whatever can be obtained via the battle net. No longer do you need to be in a guild, and they're giving awakened gear as a reward for this. So that is their trying to give out or be more lenient with gear, because they said that gear is a really big block in people's path, and I agree. Like, I probably have close to 20 sets of UR gear, and that's still not enough, right? I still always need to be making more for all these units that I want to try out. Balance changes. I am a big fan of this. Instead of them releasing a new Arthur, we get the same Arthur with better stats, right? All the Arthurs get buffed. I was hoping for a little bit better buffs, the same way they did to Jericho, but this is fine. Life Steal 0 to 5% is great. Super underrated buff. Attack up, defense up, and across the board with the UR stuff. That's pretty much it. Others, Jericho's added to part 2, the newest Freeze Jericho, and Knighthood Boss Battle 3 Season 3 ends on the 12th instead of, so they delayed it 1 week. So that's it for now. That is a massive, massive patch, update, change, notes, list of stuff that we just went over. Definitely looking like a fun update. 1.5 anniversary looks like it's going to be really exciting. I don't know how they're going to bring this over to global. Maybe, most likely, I would have to guess that this would be the 1-year anniversary on global. That would make the most sense to me. That this would be the 1-year anniversary on global, and they would work around ESCANOR the 1. That's it for now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and see you all next time.